Hey YouTube, it's K2 Karama and Brittany again, and we got the kitchen table passport. This is the second one for March. Uh, this video was done a little bit late. We've been super busy, but let's start opening this box.
So, this month it's Discover Japan. And say konnichiwa to Japan.
Konnichiwa.
Um, the recipe for this month is yakitori style chicken rice bowl. They sent us our little spice pack, which smells really, really good. It has red chili peppers, sansho, sesame seeds, white and black, hemp seed, ground ginger, roast orange peel, and that's all. We did end up finally making the recipe from last month, which was Spain's paprika rub chicken, I think it was, with Spanish rice, and I did salad and bread as well, and it was delicious. If you've never cooked chicken in extra virgin olive oil, do it because it's the best chicken I've ever eaten. Our souvenirs are incense and little origami papers.
That's cool.
And some kind of like really cool bathing salts that they use at the hot springs. Apparently, you take a shower and then relax in a scented bath with the salts. So, it's kind of cool. Our recipe card that tells us everything we need and how to serve it and why. Can make your own yakitori sauce. Or you can do it street style. So that's pretty cool. Our discovery cards are stuck together. If I can just get them out of here. Whatever, we'll do them one by one. Cool. Okay. So, how many people over 100 years old do you think live in Japan?
A lot, probably.
Over 126 million people.
Yep.
It says using 24 billion pairs of chopsticks each year. Ha ha ha. There's a huge population of old people. More than 50,000 of them who are more than 100 years old. Birth rates are low. Talks about the islands and the volcanoes and the earthquakes and some more about the people. Okay. Okay, so, just normal stuff about Japan, the bowing and the slippers and the san at the end of the names, stuff like that. Seafood's a big part of the diet in Japan, but what else do you think they eat?
Rice?
Probably soup. Please be careful. Different types of food. Rice is a staple. They could just simply eat rice, apparently, which I could not do every day. The unusual foods are musk melon, which is similar to cantaloupe and can sell for upwards of $300. Very carefully grown and usually given as gifts. Very high quality Kobe beef. Only 3,000 head of cattle qualify. Interesting. Raw horse meat, which is basahi, I think. Be careful for that if you go, to restaurants and whatnot. Ramen noodles are not like you'd find them in the grocery store. Extensive training is required to learn to make proper broth. An early version of the fortune cookie dates back to the 19th century in Kyoto, not China. Fortune cookies are not eaten in China nor Japan currently. They are American.
Yep.
Slurping noodles loudly is a good thing in Japan. Holding the rice or soup bowl as you eat and drink the soup directly from the bowl. Use chopsticks to eat the soup contents that aren't broth. It's rude to pour your own alcoholic beverage. Others should serve you, and you should serve them. Interesting. Traditional Japanese tables are low, and you sit on a tatami, mat, or cushion on the floor. Normal Japanese kitchens don't have ovens. Not much traditional food is baked, and space is tight. Interesting. Then we have, would you dare to disrespect this man? Ta-da!
It's a samurai.
Yeah, probably not. He's usually got a sword. Okay. Samurai were the military nobility and ruling class for centuries while Japan was isolated from the rest of the world. People learned to respect quickly, and if you've ever watched anime, you know that's how it goes. Let's see. They still are pretty well respected in their families of samurais, which, they of course were passed down, but samurais don't exist anymore. They're still really, really respected, so that's cool. Talks about the culture a little bit. The lone Japanese Titanic survivor was branded a coward, fired from his job, and faced decades of shame for not accepting a noble death. Interesting. Did not know that. What words would you use to describe Tokyo? Probably bright, flashy. It's a huge city. The metro area is the world's largest and has nearly 38 million people, more than Canada and more than twice the density of Bangladesh. In 2013, it was the most expensive city in the world, but currently issues now have it ranked 11. Pretty sure those are ones. Yeah, okay. They look really weird together, but they write them kind of like sevens, but shorter. In the city, the average house size is 600 square feet. An average in the US is 1,600. Neon lights are everywhere. Busiest pedestrian crossing is in the Shibuya neighborhood. 2,500 people cross the street with each signal change during rush hour. The average commute is over an hour. Trains are crowded. There are some women-only cars because people are packed so closely together. That's a good idea. And do you think people get much time to relax and reflect? I think that's a really big part of their life. Talks about work. An 80-hour work week is normal. And if you miss the last train home, you might sleep in your office or one of the capsule hotels, which, from what I remember, only men can sleep in. But school is competitive. But they still do holidays. Summer vacation is 6 weeks long, and students have homework over their vacation. The 3 busiest holiday seasons are New Year, Golden Week, and Oban. Religion does not play a large role in many cases, but there are thousands of Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples. Buddhist, my bad. Born Shinto, married Christian, buried Buddhist. It was a quote, I guess. I don't know. What is complicated about serving tea? I don't know what that thing is, but it's kind of neat. So,
I like the next card.
Be precise, very precise. Precision is important. Trains run on time, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The host will prepare and rehearse every step extensively to ensure the ceremony is perfect, then focus on the profound beauty of simple aspects of nature. The host presents the tea bowl to the main guest, who will take great care to admire the bowl and then rotate it before taking a drink. Then they will wipe the rim before passing it to the next guest. After all guests have taken tea, the host will rinse and clean off the utensils before offering them to the guests for inspection. It takes years to master. People take classes and join clubs. Very interesting. It's like a powdery substance too. It's not really like the tea like we have. Alright. Why do you think characters like Goku are so popular? Manga is a $4 billion industry,
It's a lot of money.
and manga apparently means whimsical images or comics. Did not know that. The exaggerated features and the crazy shaped speech bubbles. They really like that. More paper is used for comics than toilet paper. Manga is read by all ages. A lot of people read them during the long commutes on the subways. Baseball is huge in Japan. And I have noticed they do have a lot of baseball manga, which is super weird. But, I mean, like, I'm not interested in it. But the traditional meal on Christmas Day is KFC. People will line up for hours to get some on the big day.
Yep.
Kind of like the opposite for us. We want their food because they don't care about our holiday. There's a history of copying and improving Western items like motorcycles and cars. Now even Jim Beam bourbon is actually owned by a Japanese company. Japanese denim is thought by many to be the best in the world.
I bet it is.
It's just denim though, isn't it? I don't know. How much time would you spend to learn to make sushi?
Years.
World's largest fish market is in Tokyo. The most expensive tuna was sold for $1.8 million. It weighed nearly 500 pounds and was sold to a sushi chain that is open 24 hours a day. That was probably worth it then. Japanese consume 80% of the world's tuna. Talks about some of the restaurants. The Japanese eat sushi differently than Americans. You can eat it with your fingers. Can dip it into soy sauce. And apparently you can only dip the fish, not the rice. Which is, we like the rice to be dipped in it, I guess. Eat nigiri with the fish side down so that it's what you taste first. And you shouldn't put wasabi in the soy sauce, but directly onto the fish. We would all die. Traditionally, it takes 10 years to become a chef. After years of training, the apprentice is finally allowed to make the rice, and eventually the trainee can be near the cutting board and prepare garnish. Even later, the trainee will be allowed to cut the fish and help select the fish at the market. A top sushi chef will adapt to you. Different plating for left versus right-handed, softer or firmer rice if you eat with your fingers or chopsticks. It takes special training to be a puffer fish chef, because obviously we all know that it could kill you. Do you travel to see beautiful trees? That's like a gorgeous postcard. Tanada rice paddy terraces have been described as Japan's pyramids. Since the terraces can't be worked by machine, they are the result of backbreaking work by dedicated farmers. Japan's castles were often built on steep hills so they were easy to defend. Makes sense. Kyoto was the capital for over 1,000 years, now known as the City of 10,000 Shrines. Cool. Talks about their cherry blossom festival. And the mountain where the most beautiful trees are. And the extreme beauty and short lifespan of the cherry blossom are seen as being symbolic of human mortality and are cherished by the Japanese people.
Cool.
And we live in Macon, and we have a cherry blossom festival, and our cherry blossoms only bloom for like 1 week out of the year, and it sucks because they're so pretty, and you never know what week it's going to be, so you gotta hope you get to see them.
Yeah.
What do you think music from this instrument sounds like? Alright. Kind of like a upside down, like, harp thing or something. I don't know. Talks about the arts. The koto is the national instrument of Japan, generally with 13 or 17 strings. The first novel in the world was written in 1007 by a Japanese noblewoman. Kabuki is traditional dance drama with elaborate makeup and costumes. Traditional arts of calligraphy and haiku poetry are taught in school. Sumo is the national sport. Wrestlers eat a special stew called chankonabe to fatten up. Karate likely originated in China or India and then was developed in Okinawa. And then they talk about karaoke. Apparently, a guitarist didn't show up to a show one time and karaoke happened. So, cool.
That's weird.
Harajuku is the center of Japanese street fashion, is known worldwide, of course. Pachinko is a hugely popular game where players try to get metal balls in exchange for prizes, not cash. Imagine vertical pinballs without flippers. And they're pretty cool. My mom used to have one. Of course, the ones in Japan are like way huge and cooler. But the pachinko business in Japan is bigger than the car industry there. Average spending is $7,000 per year on pachinko machines. It's like gambling. And if you wanted to look up that instrument to hear what it sounds like, it's Koto. Koto. It's kind of cool. Maybe we can find a video and stick some background noise in this for you. And that is all the culture we have about Japan, according to these cards. We will make this stir fry sometime soon, because that's going to be delicious. And that's all the boxes we received this month. So check out the overview video and let us know if there's anything else you want to see, because we are kind of at a standstill about what to get and see what's inside.
Yep. So that's it for this video. The overview video is going to come up next. We're going to do that next. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And we will see you next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.